It's an honor and privilege to welcome one of the best table tennis players of our country, Reeth Rishya Tennyson. Reeth, welcome to Lecture Sports.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Reeth, who was your biggest influence, or what was the reason you started playing table tennis?
I started playing table tennis because of my dad. So he used to play earlier. He used to be a district player. So because of the infrastructures he didn't had earlier at his age, he wanted me to play for India.
So, a lot of top players in sports, Steffi Graf, Martina Hingis, Serena Williams, their parents were their coaches in their formative years. Now, since your father played table tennis, understood the game, what is the advantage of a player when your parent becomes a coach in your formative years?
My dad was the coach in the initial stages, and it was very useful for me because, sometimes like going to the academy and training, more than that, like I used to stay at home, I play with him. He knows the basic techniques. My basic was strong because of him. Mainly the basic gets very strong because like we used to work only on it. And when it goes to the academy, even he used to tell me like what I need to do. So it was in home, like it was on free. So it was more easy for me to adapt.
So in 2011, you took part in the US Open. You've been part of Pro Tours in Spain, France. You're trained in Sweden just before the Worlds. So the international exposure that you got as a teenager, how did it shape you as a player?
In the early ages, it was very important for me to understand like what exactly the international level is, and I got a very good exposures before. Like I used to play like more tournaments when I was young, and I got to know like what exactly the international level is, like the how the top players play. I got to learn many things, like how basically my backhand is quite strong. Like I used to learn like how they spin, how the action is. Like I used to change everything like looking at them. So it was very good for me to learn when I used to play the international tournaments when I was young.
Okay, in one of your recent interviews, you said it's not just how good you are at the TT table, but how good you are when it comes to fitness, mental strength, and diet. And you never had a
Yes.
physio for a larger part of your career. And you're competing against opponents who got a 360-degree support. How did you cultivate
Yes.
the confidence that, regardless of the support, I can be one of the best players in the country?
Yes, of course. Now, the support system has improved a lot. Like many foundations, they come together, they support the young players. But when I was playing, there was support, but not like now. Earlier in the stages when I was in my 20s, like I couldn't get like the basic support which was needed for a sports person. That to the peak career of mine, like I never had any support apart from Indian Oil Scholarship, like where I work now currently. I feel that I should have got there then, so that I would have played even more better than this. But I think like I could manage to play well. I could just push myself. I didn't stop. That kept me motivated. I was like, it is okay if I don't get support from the government. But I was just pushing myself. Like I want to prove, like even if there is no support, like I can prove myself. Like whatever best I can do it from my side, I was just pushing myself. Yes. And like when you're talking about the physical strength and mental strength, it is very important for a sports person to be like fit to move. That to being table tennis is the second fastest sport in the world. Like you have to be really quick and the reflection should be really strong. So I kept working on myself, like learning from the YouTubes and everything. So it kept me going. Yeah.
Now, Reed, for an elite player like you, your primary focus is your sport, table tennis.
Yes.
Now, you make a lot of sacrifices in your journey. Now, there's a lot of sacrifice made by your family to make you a top player. What is the role of
Yes.
family in your career?
My family was the best team, I would say, because like we worked from the young age. I started playing table tennis like when I was 4.5. Like from that time, and we come from a very middle class family where we cannot afford like a big like I couldn't play like Pro Tours like every year, like more than 3 Pro Tours I couldn't play from my own financial side. So like looking after everything about that, like my dad pushes me like too much, keep playing, it's okay, like whatever happens from whatever support we can give from our side, we will do it. And it was like too much for me to ask them to support as well, because like like you get up in the morning, like my dad used to drop me in the academy, then take me to the school, then my mom takes the shift from the evening. So it's like a teamwork totally for me. And I need to thank my parents and my dad who's not now. I need to thank everybody who was around me.
Reeth, I want to ask you about a specific tournament. It's a petroleum inter-unit tournament. In the finals,
Mhm.
you were 1-3 down, and you still won the match. So you
Yeah.
have this tenacity to make comebacks, and you do this
Mhm.
consistently. So what goes through your mind when you're a game down?
So in petroleum, I played with Yashashwini. She is a very good player now. She's a young player who's coming up really quick. She's adapting to the situations. Like for me, basically being a senior player, I don't like to lose with junior players. That is the only thing which keeps me motivated. Like I don't want to lose with a junior player. So that's how I keep myself. I was just fighting till the end. I know like somewhere like I will win, but I just need to cut down my basic mistakes which I was doing in the initial first three sets. Then I got to know like where her weak point is, like what I need to find. So I found it on the right time, and I won the match. Yeah.
And Reeth, you changed your technique after 22 years. So one, what is the reason for changing the technique, and how important is to reinvent yourself as a player?
So, like every sportsman needs to learn something new day by day. It's not like you play at your peak and still you don't learn. It's not that doesn't work in sports. Like every time you need to keep learning new things. And for me, specifically when I was playing the international tournaments, I was finding really difficult because of my game pattern. The pattern is like I stay a little away from the table. I play like men, like I play like two back end rolls and then forehand spin on spin. But it wasn't working in international level because in international Asians are really strong in the base like where I play. So I thought like I need to take a step ahead. I stand close to the table and just catch the ball on the table, like on the bounce. So which was helping me, like I learned it and then I changed my technique. Like it took almost like a year for me to change it, but it was working good for me. Like I can see a lot of difference in the international level. Like I started winning tournaments as well with these small changes. I would say like it helped me to to understand like what exactly I need to play outside. So this was the changes I did in my game, which was good for me.
So in 2021, you won the Ecuador Open. Now the conditions are very alien. It's high altitude. So how do you prepare yourself before going to a country where the conditions are challenging?
So, like when I went to Ecuador, it was exactly like where we play in Mizoram or some tournaments, like where in the upper altitude. So it's like we are used to playing in such situations, but sometimes like new place, so it takes little time to get set to the situation. Like you just need to understand, like practice more in the place to understand how the ball reacts, how the spin goes, like whether there is spin in the table or there is no spin. So it took me like 1.5 days to get set to the situation, and then it was good because I need to cut down my speed there because like the ball keeps floating there. So because of the height, so I controlled my speed. I was playing like more or spin on spin games. Yeah, so it worked for me.
So Reeth, the day after tomorrow is Teachers' Day. So what is the role of Aman Balgu, your coach, in your career?
So Aman Balgo, he played a vital role in my career. Like I joined him in 2019, where I was going through my downfall. I was thinking like I need to quit now because like I'm not able to enter the top five in the senior category. I was thinking like it's not working. I'm doing some mistake, but I don't know. There wasn't anyone who was guiding me. So I was thinking like it's better I quit. But then Sanil, my husband, his friend is Aman Balgu. So like he started coaching here, and I know Aman. I don't know Aman personally before, but Sanil was telling me he's a very good coach. Like you need to go and just talk with him, see how it works. First few years, you just go to him and see. And I went there. I spoke with Aman. He knows my game. That my game is like totally little aggressive. So, and Aman is also a little aggressive. Like he used to play like all out. He has the same attitude like I have on table. So I thought like it's going to work, and it took almost 1.5 years for him to understand me, like what exactly I will do in the crucial situations. So he understood me, and we gelled really good, and we got two medals for the academy as well as for the country. So we did great. Yeah.
And Reeth, your team Goa won the UTT title. Now, in your team, right, there are players from different countries, stars in their own right. How important is jealous or cohesive unit to be a champion team?
Yeah, so UTT was the best thing happened this year, I would say, because it boosted me a lot of confidence. And apart from confidence, my team was really, really cool because being like Alvaro was there, then Sutasni was there, Harmit was there, especially Harmit playing at his peak now. Like it's really great to be as a team. Although I have seen him playing, like we used to play the Indian tournaments and everything, I have seen him play, but now being as a team, I know like what exactly he does before the match, like how he prepares himself, how calm he stays before the match, entering the arena, how he like everything, like mental strength and everything. So after my match gets over, I go sit with him and ask him like what exactly he does. And even Alvaro, playing with him in the mixed doubles, it was like great experience for me, like being such a top level in the world, and knowing them, how they work and everything, like gave me a lot of experience, so that it also puts in my game like how I need to prepare myself. So it was really a good teamwork, I would say, and because of the team support, like I could pull the best matches and played at my peak. Yeah.
Reeth, we at Lakshya support a lot of table tennis players, emerging and elite players. What is the role of
Yeah.
Lakshya in your career? And do you see any superstar, the next, who, according to who is the next big thing in table tennis from India in the women's circuit?
So, Lakshay, I would really like to thank them because, I have never got any sponsorship, and some foundation, they have told me that because you're aging, so you won't get any sponsorship. And apart from aging, also, they told me that you are married. So, it's like, it doesn't work in sports. Like, it doesn't matter you're married, or like, it doesn't matter your age. It's just that, like, how motivated you are, how you're performing in the correct time. So that's all it mattered. And Lakshay, they trusted me. Like they gave me the sponsorship. They believed in me, and I think that I'm doing really good in this time, because like I have played Commonwealth Games. I played like World Championships and won the UTT. Being like playing UTT is one thing, and getting name from UTT is also another other thing. Because of Lakshay, like I'm getting confident. The funding side was like down now, because like they are supporting me. There is not much pressure on me now, like how I am not thinking much like how I need to put money for the next international tournament, because Lakshay is supporting me. So it's just that the pressure is cut down now. I just need to go there and play. So I would like to thank Lakshay for doing that for me. And the young, I would say from Lakshay, it is Tanisha, who's doing really good. Like she has a very great game. Like, the same pattern like I have, like both sides attacking, little aggressive. Like she is going to do a lot in the future. And she's quite young also. I think like she can do a lot for India. Yeah.
Reeth, you mentioned you're representing India at Commonwealth Games, World Championship. Now, next year it's Paris Olympics. So, what's your goal?
So the path is really rough, It's not easy to play Olympics, You have to keep working, pushing yourself every day. You don't get sleep in the night thinking like what is going to happen in future. Like every day there is a lot of pressure, but without pressure there is no fun. You have to go. You just need to enjoy. Just wake up, work, and everything. Like I'm doing it day by day. I'm just learning like what I need to do. I have to play more Pro Tools. I'm just planning like what exactly I have to do. More than planning, I'm thinking like how I need to win matches, like because winning matches is also important to get my ranking back. Like I need to go ahead in like top 100, top 80, so that I can get the quota from to play the Olympics, like pre-Olympics I need to play and everything. So it's like it takes time, but I think I'm doing my best. So I think like I can get a spot in the Olympics.
Reeth, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.